Gunfire injured 9 people on Bourbon Street in New Orleans over the weekend. The incident happened in the French Quarter after 2 men exchanged gunfire. The victims were taken to 2 different hospitals in the area. 2 of the victims are in critical condition. Investigators are reviewing evidence and surveillance video but have not established a motive for the shooting. Police are urging the public for help in catching those responsible for the shootings.
A U.S. soldier suspected of murdering a Panamanian woman will most likely face charges in a military court in the United States. It was reported that he was apprehended as he was attempting to bury the body of the 26-year-old victim, with whom he was believed to have a romantic relationship. The U.S. Army says it will fully investigate this tragedy and take any and all appropriate action. President Obama will try to get $2 billion from Congress in efforts to tackle the child migrant crisis from Central America. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry will travel to Central America this week for a visit that will include the inauguration of Panama's new president on July 1st. He is expected to include meetings on the crisis with Central American leaders. In addition, President Obama will seek greater authority for U.S. immigration officials to speed up the deportation of children caught.
A 64-year-old woman dubbed the nanny from hell after she stopped working for the California family that hired her and refused to move out is reportedly ready to leave their home. Ralph and Marcela Bracamonte hired Diane Stretton in March to do chores and watch their children. This was in exchange for room and board in their home in Upland near Los Angeles. Police say that once a person establishes residency, they must be formally evicted under California law. A prominent Mormon activist who faces possible excommunication awaits his fate after meeting with a regional church leader on Sunday. There was no news yet on whether he will face a formal disciplinary process that could see him kicked out of the faith. John Dellin is the outspoken founder of the Mormon Stories, an online discussion forum and podcast about the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He could share the fate of feminist activist Kate Kelly, who was excommunicated last week.
A 61-year-old volunteer search and rescue worker has fallen to his death in Washington state. The volunteer was trying to save a hiker who had earlier plunged about 100 feet at a waterfall in mountains north of Seattle. The 25-year-old hiker also died in the incident at Pilchuck Falls. A second hiker who got into trouble while trying to rescue his friend was able to be saved. The pair got separated from a larger group near Lake Kavanaugh, about 35 miles north of Seattle. A Skagit County search and rescue team, including the volunteer who had died, had been training nearby and had gone to help them. An evacuation slide inflated inside a United Airlines plane as it flew from Chicago to California. It filled part of the cabin and forced the pilot to make an emergency landing in Kansas. Mike Schroeder said he was flying to Orange County when he heard a hiss and a pop. Schroeder said he turned around and saw the plane's evacuation slide inflating inside the cabin. United Airlines officials said that no one aboard Flight 1463 was injured.
A new doctor has declared Los Angeles Clippers owner Donald Sterling mentally fit after a comprehensive medical examination in Las Vegas over the weekend. The exam was conducted by Dr. Jeffrey Cummings, a neurologist with the Cleveland Clinic and one of the top dementia and Alzheimer's disease specialists in the country. Cummings determined Sterling had no signs of dementia and no lack of mental capacity, but he did show signs of MCI, mild cognitive impairment, which is common in people Sterling's age. Sterling is 80 years old.